Okay, so welcome back. Let's go ahead and continue. Wrong screen. Okay, so just go ahead and press enter for yes. If you want to release the mouse, just press Control L Alt, and that's gonna release it. Once you click it, it's gonna hold it. But don't worry, we're gonna work around this. So just select nothing here, unless you really are behind some proxy, which you need to type in, which I purely doubt if you're in your house. Just go ahead and click on continue here, and let it roll. We will have the mouse, which is basically floating between your host and guest machine, so you'll be able to move it back and forth without any problems. Now, I'm not going to share the clipboard, or I didn't intend to do it anyway. I might, but I'm really not intending to do it. I prefer to keep this system as isolated as possible. Let me just go ahead. And you're going to get, when you fire up this machine, one thing I did not mention. Let me just go ahead and move my menu. No, this is the height screen edge. Okay, so you see this orange icon here. It's basically an SC Linux warning because it's an enforcing state, and it is not allowing the virtual machine to actually access the USB. So this was done deliberately. Basically, there's a few things that you can do, but obviously since you're the admin, there's nothing to do. You're going to go ahead and click on details. And here you can go ahead and check a few interesting things. So if you believe that ping should be allowed to read access by default, oh, I think this is the old one, not the new one, but it doesn't matter. Look, it's going to tell you here if you believe that whatever is happening should be allowed to actually happen. It's going to give you a set of commands which you need to run as root, and once you run them, it will actually allow it. And then down below, I don't know, you have some additional information, the source and the source path and the port, the host, some really nice and interesting things. But okay, I think it is for the wireless. Okay, yeah, it is. My apologies. But anyway, it actually tells you what to do if you want to allow this. So we'll see later on what we shall do. I think I shall just put it in permissive for the sake of this test run because there isn't really a need for me to do anything else. But in case you get an SE Linux warning, it's going to tell you, okay, I've detected something. Something has happened that was not supposed to happen, that I am not supposed to allow to happen, so I have denied it if I'm in enforcing. And if you, as a user, the supreme authority, let's say, as an admin, would like to allow this to actually happen, then please run these commands and alter my policy. Okay? So no big deal. You can just close it. And if you get a blue screen, if nothing's going on, just press enter or space or, I don't know, something. And it's going to run. If you see that the bar is stuck or not updating, just press space or enter or something like that, and it's going to work. So install grub bootloader to the master boot record. Yes, please. Enter device manually. No, just select the one because you only have one device. This has nothing to do with your physical devices in your machine. This is just a virtual device which was assigned allotted space from your physical devices, let's say. So you don't really have, you really shouldn't be able to damage your file system in any way, form, or manner. I say shouldn't because there's always that 0.001% chance of something happening. Okay, installation is complete, so it's time to boot. Make sure to blah, blah, blah. Just go ahead and click on continue. Who cares? And moving live packages. Come on. I really need to get more disk space. Like, seriously. I only have one SSD, one PCI SSD, which is 480 gigabytes, and the other one is a regular SSD, which is 480 as well. I should have gotten like 1.2 terabyte PCI SSD, but oh my God, the prices on that they were pretty high, I can tell you that. Like, very high. Okay, running remove live packages. Sometime today, hopefully, it's going to finish. And down below on the menu bar, you can actually see my notes and the outline. What is this? This is actually the recording part, because I am using a software to record from the terminal itself, which is very nice. You can actually have a look at it. It's just capturing like this. You give it specifications. Just say record my desktop and then manually input the width and height and offset. The offset is good because if you have multiple desktops, multiple monitors, you can offset it by one monitor. So I'm recording the middle one. Okay, so 80, as you can see, just press space or something like that because the screen stops updating for some strange reason. And just go ahead and select Kali Linux. And there you go. SC Linux alert, AVC denial. It doesn't allow the USB to be passed or to be accessed. So details. Okay, so there we go. The proper thing that you would, if you wish to allow this on permanent basis, you can basically just run these commands down below. There are 2 of them here without the hashes, so no hashes as root, and that should be fine. I, for the moment, am really not gonna do that. Because this is a demo, I'm just gonna type in set enforce to 0 and then get enforce, which is in permissive mode. And then I'm just gonna force off the machine. Also, I need to add a panel input, and then I call this evil touch, but it's EV touch. USB graphics pad finished. So we have a floating mouse. And leave this device here. So just go ahead and play the machine again, run it. AVC denial happens again, but now it's in permissive mode. It's going to warn you again, but it's going to allow the action to actually take place. So I'm just gonna log in with root and then type in the password and sign in. And as you can see, my mouse, it's actually able to go back and forth between the machine, between the host and the guest machine. Okay, so the screen, it's fairly ugly. So let's go into system settings. And you should probably change the CPU type as well to get a little bit of a better performance. So system... Oh wait, this is GNOME. This is GNOME. You have system settings here. Go into displays. Select the display. Doesn't matter, it says unknown. And so select the native resolution of your display. So if your monitor is like 16 by 9 or something like that, select that native one. So you have the full screen, all nice, stretched out, gentle for the eyes. Keep changes. Hopefully it's gentle for the eyes. And there you go. So it's in full screen. It's fantastic. It's running relatively fast. It could be running a little bit faster. I spent a ton of time optimizing the Windows machines, so they're running pretty much the same as physical machines. And you have this, if you go into the in the middle of the upper portion of the screen, and you just touch the top there, you will get this. So this will leave the full screen. Your mouse, when you click, it's no longer pinned to the machine. So you can see I can switch in between the host and the guest. Having these virtual machines is very useful because you have your own confined, nice, safe environments. So let me just, Let me just go ahead and confirm ifconfig. Okay, so I definitely have VLAN. I have wireless access, which is nice. And Wi-Fi not connected. Wi-Fi settings, select network. Excellent. I can see all the networks around me without any problems. So my USB is passed. It's fully functional. No problems there. I'm going to go ahead and type in power off the machine because there was just one more thing that I actually forgot to do. It says current allocation 4, maximum allocation 4, and it says here Haswell no TSX. So just go ahead and select hypervisor default. Don't ask me why. A lot of trial and error has convinced me that this is probably the best option, and do it like this. If you want 4, then just allot 4s. Make sure that it's 4 here as well, and apply if you oops, and you can see this happens. Probably doing something wrong. I don't really care. It's okay. There we go. So that's just it. That's all you really need to do. Now go ahead and play the machine again. And you're going to get this smaller screen while the machine is actually loading. Once it loads, it's going to expand to the native resolution of your monitor after the login, that is. Okay, there you go. So no need to install any additional things really in terms of virtualization. I'll install a few things later on, maybe the things that we'll actually need for our process. But as you can see, unlike VirtualBox, VMware, you don't need any additions for the full screen or anything like that. You just set the resolution and that's it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bid you farewell here, and we will proceed in the follow-up.